Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk about my first regional experience post the new time rules. Were they actually as bad as I expected them to be, or was I pleasantly surprised? Alright, so if you're in defense of the new time rules, please either just hear me out and be on your way, or at least don't be toxic in the comments. It's been pretty much entirely people that are in defense of the new time rules that go into my comments or respond to any of my posts on Twitter and just say, oh, well, you're self-reporting because you clearly dislike the new time rules, so you stall for time, you're a slow player, you're actually bad at the game and should quit Yu-Gi-Oh! I get all of those quite a lot for just stating that the new time rules are really toxic, actually. I get told that that's the reason I think that they're toxic. In fact, I had somebody in my comments section yesterday tell me that I'm self-reporting for slow play, and whenever I told them that I literally didn't even read my opponent's cards because all I had in my hand was Nibiru, and it was a deck that I knew doesn't set up a negate, they were just like, oh, well now you're self-reporting not reading your opponent's cards and being a slow player, stalling for time. They told me that they finish all their matches in 20 to 25 minutes, and we're just like, I guess I'm just that much better than you. I'm that much of a league above. They tell me they break all their opponent's boards in 2 to 3 cards, and that I'm a terrible, terrible player for not doing that exact same thing. Can we all understand that everybody plays different decks with different gameplay loops? Currently, the format's actually a decently grindy one, and telling me I'm bad at the game for not winning in 20 to 25 minutes kind of ignores the fact that multiple matches at Worlds went to time? Damn, that's kind of crazy. You think you're that much better than the World's competitors? Why aren't you up there, bud? There was only 70-something players at Worlds, and still, multiple matches went to time. Joshua Schmidt admitted just recently that he, not too long ago, had to scoop a match within the last little bit because it was about to hit time and he just decided to give it to his opponent. These are Worlds level competitors, and no, I can guarantee you they don't stall for time. They're not stalling for time at Worlds. They're Worlds level competitors. They are better than you. Please, don't just go attacking people. My reasonings for disliking the new time rules in that video actually was more so for the sake of newer players. And I still got attacked being told I'm slow playing. Let's talk about my regional experience, because it was rough. I started off the regional walking past a group of boys on my way to the bathroom. It was a group of about 6 with one more approaching. The boy got asked, hey, have you received a double game loss yet? And to that he said, no, not yet. The rest of the boys had to go, oh, damn, you're literally the only one that hasn't yet then. That wasn't fun to hear. That's actually pretty rough. But it got worse later in the tournament, because the tournament was filled with people constantly towards the end of the round in game 3s being no hand traps, just play. Go faster. Faster, faster. I understand you're playing fast, go faster. I'm actually guilty of that one. My opponent was literally just panning through his deck, slapping out cards constantly. And I looked back, there was 1 minute, I was just like, come on, guy. We gotta go. It's about to be a round loss, come on. At the end of that, within the last 20 seconds, he still wasn't actually done. I had to be like, look, dude, end of your main phase, I'm dropping Nibiru. I'm triggering my graveyard effects and killing you on my turn. Do you have anything? And he was just like, well, I actually do. I would be able to play out further, but sure, whatever, you can have it, I'll scoop. It's currently a grindy format, and TCG just changed the time rules to the same one as the OCG. which, in case you're wondering, OCG is primarily best of one. Yeah, if they go to 50 minutes, they kind of deserve a double round loss. Somebody, or both of them, just severely messed up to play one game in 50 minutes. So that I understand. Also, the argument that the new time rules makes the tournament faster was wrong. Every single round took over an hour. Because believe it or not, the reason that rounds take so long is whenever time is called, the remaining match slips still have to be brought up, and they still have to be put in. At some point, the head judge had to make an announcement saying, "Hey guys, trust me, we understand your frustrations. We understand your pain. Us judges are being vocal against Konami right now for the new time rules. We are on your side." Every single round while I was there went to time with like 10 plus players, or not players, 10 plus games still going. By the end of round 3 at a 216 player tournament, when there should have been 54 undefeated, there was 16. 16 undefeated by the end of round 3 at a 216 player tournament. Players got DQ'd for dice rolling to try and get results. I know I had a grindy game at some point, and I showed my opponent that I could have physically played further and then scooped within the last 3 seconds. The new time rules are toxic because everybody's pressuring their opponent to play faster instead of giving somebody a moment to think, to react to the cards being played. You are instead incentivized to spew them out as fast as possible and pray that you are making either the correct play given your opponent's current board, or that your opponent is just lacking the interaction to deal with you given that you are playing sloppily. I still stand behind what I say about more rogue decks. Your opponent has to read your cards, so therefore you have lost your match, and so has your opponent. If you're a newer player that happens to have just actually a really decent mind for strategy and stuff, you decide to play Yu-Gi-Oh! You thought you were doing really good at locals, and you decide to pick up your first regional that happened to be right as the time rules changed. Well, you might have had a decent mind for those locals in the prior time rules, but given the new time rules, you are reading your opponent's cards, and unfortunately, both of you lost the match. Not just you, your opponent too. I got criticized, being told I must be stalling for time because I didn't like the new time rules. Did anybody stop to consider this game is played by 2 players? My opponent could read my cards. I could read my opponent's cards. And it might just take that pinch too long. The time rules were toxic. Everybody was screaming at each other all day. So many matches went to time. It didn't speed anything up. Judges were being chewed at. Players were being chewed at. Nothing was better. This has to be one of the most toxic Yu-Gi-Oh! Experiences I have ever gone to. It wasn't fun. It wasn't. I played a deck I actually kind of enjoyed, and yeah, there was highlights in my tournament. But that's because I destroyed Yummy so fast that I actually have time to yap with my opponent if they're playing Yummy. The other decks I go into a grind game against. However, my deck explicitly is just like, hey yo, screw your normal summon. What you gonna do now, Chuckle Nuts? It wasn't fun. It just wasn't a good experience. Why should that make me the enemy? Anyways, sorry for rambling. I just wanted to talk about it because it's been frustrating. I've been accused of a lot purely for disliking a toxic rule set for new and veteran players alike. New players, I am so sorry. You chose one of the worst times in Yu-Gi-Oh! To start joining, because now, instead of at least having a chance of winning your match, because you won game 1, now you lose all of them. But hey, you should have just played faster. And in fact, actually, maybe you shouldn't be playing this game, like, at all. Like, I don't know, but I don't think this game is for you. You actually have to be better than World's competitors to play this game, so, shoot. Anyways, that's all I have for you today, folks. Karibo tier list coming soon. I kept trying to record that before leaving for my regionals. Yes, I had to go to a different state. My state had like 2 in this set, and I finally convinced my team to start playing right as that first one was about to happen. So, you know. But we're going to the next one in my state this weekend, actually. Just me and 2 others, sorry. A lot of people, because of the new time rules, aren't wanting to play. In fact, actually, one point I forgot to mention in this video, just incorporate the time rules from other TCGs. What are you doing? Okay, like, Pokemon just changed their time rules to be more in line with Yu-Gi-Oh's and Magic's. Now, instead of having 5 extra turns, it just ends immediately, but that given game is a draw. The game is a draw. I don't know why Konami decided to draws bad. Get out of here. Like, sure, if your game is like the physical game, not the match, if your game is a draw, so after game 3 there still isn't a clear victor, yeah, sure, play another game. I don't care. Like, that's fine. It's not like draws really hurt anybody. But yeah, no, in other TCGs, the game that you're currently playing is a draw, and so whoever had a higher score in the match wins the match. I don't know why they didn't just do that. It would make it to where you wouldn't be able to cowboy for game, but also wouldn't make people start throwing hands over Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a little bit weird. Anyways, I know, they took the OCG time rules, I understand. It's a best of 1 format, and they decided to take those for a best of 3 format. It's okay, I get it. Anyways, have a lovely day. Bye.